Hello bros, I'm Contestant 0, Bro 5 Production, and the next part, Sakura Gym Girls. Okay, so how big is a good point here? I think I'm gonna do it right about here. I do actually have those red lines that usually are for checking sizes, and there's red lines actually line up pretty well here, so I'm gonna use those as size reference. But let's continue off where we left off last time. Trying to comprehend this picture that was pretty much hard, so I'm gonna stop looking at it and focus on the text. In three on the screen is a woman with apples, like Asa said, to be very cute outfit indeed. So much so it's actually a bit nauseating. The woman in the photograph, Kitty Karen I guess, has long pale hair tied back in two bunches with a studded with a variety of cute clips. She is wearing a long-sleeve sailor shirt, which is coupled with a pink high-waist skirt, which swooshes around her thighs. A pair of pink glasses are perched on her nose, and in one hand she is clasping a rainbow lollipop. Little Karen tongue pokes playfully out of her mouth to lap the lollipop she is clutching, almost like a microphone. So what do you think? Isn't she cute? I mean, besides that it's hard to comprehend her. I mean, I do like the white hair, and apparently I do actually have something for a girl with glasses. I have actually realized that pretty much all my girlfriends that I ever have had glasses, and I didn't realize that until actually pretty recently. So yeah, she's pretty cute. She's pretty cute, yeah. I can definitely see the appeal. I bet she took a long time to put her outfit together. She's wearing so much stuff in her hair. I know, right? Kid Karen looks like are always incredibly coordinated. Well, if she actually dressed like a normal person, I would guess so. I can tell she takes her appearance seriously. It's so brave of her to dress up like this on the regular outfit, or really attention grabbing. I love her clothes, but I'd be too shy to dress up like her. I frown. You don't want to dress like that too, do you, Asa? I can't think of anything less Asa-like than Kitty Karen's Stanish attire. Like I've said, Asa doesn't really do girly. She never wears dresses apart from, I guess, at important family events like weddings. That was my impression of Asa at least, but maybe she has hidden depths. Rather than refuting my query, she instead blushes and looks down at the table. It wouldn't be bad, I guess, to dress up like this every once in a while. I don't think I could pull it off though. My face is too plain and I don't have the figure for it. If I tried, everybody would laugh at me. I don't need to give my grandmother even more ammunition to use against me. Asa sighs and sets her phone down. Whatever, I don't think I'll be able to work up the courage to dress in such a flashy way. I don't want people staring at me. I'd like it if my figure could look a bit like Kitty Karen's though. She's very slender. I bet her grandmother never laughs at her. I think everybody laughs at her. Oh, I wonder. I wouldn't be surprised if Kitty Karen's clothes court a few laughs with how over the top they are, especially given those cat ears. Well, the cat ears are pretty much the only thing I wouldn't laugh about. I would laugh at the sailor shirt, for sure. Sailor shirts, I mean, they're never supposed to be used. I mean, they are bad. It's like pirate shirts, if anyone knows how those looks like. Well, not the real pirate shirts, but the believed pirate shirts. I can't understand what the purpose they serve, if any. They seem completely extraneous, and I'm not sure if they really go with her outfit either. I decided to keep my thoughts to myself, however. Asa is obviously a big Kitty Karen fan, and I don't want to hurt her feelings. Do it. I have no idea what Kitty Karen's family might think about her, but I know what I think about you, at least. I think you're plenty attractive, regardless of what you or your grandmother might think. Do you really think that? Oh, yeah. I'm not just saying it either. You know I'm not the sort of guy who sugarcoats things. In my eyes, at least, you're just fine, but I offer us a small smile. If you're at top, if you're unhappy with yourself, it's fine if you want to work on your body. Dieting's alright if you don't do it excessively, and I've heard exercise can be good for you, for your health. Well, that's one reason why I exercise. If you're serious about this, then I'll back you up. You have my full support. Just don't feel obliged to change your habits because of those things your grandmother said. You don't owe her anything. Well, I know that I don't worry. I want to change because of her. I don't want to change because of her. I started to think about my weight because she pointed it out, but after doing some research, I think I'd like to get into healthier habits. I'm not doing this for my grandmother. I want to do it for me. Good. That's all that matters then. I'll be cheering you on from the silence, in fact. Maybe I could try and unearth some old fitness books from the storeroom. I'm sure we have plenty of them. It might be a bit outdated though. Thank you, Shuei. That's very kind of you. Don't mention it. It's the least I can do, really. Asa looks a little happy now, and she seizes hold of her mug of beer and begins to drink. Well, you shouldn't drink beer. I mean, I heard one glass of beer is as much calories as an entire bag of chips. So, yeah, beer really shouldn't drink. I never drink beer. I don't like it. Once she consumed about half of it, she sets the glass down and looks at me anew. That's not everything, though. I actually have one more question, which is, I was wondering if I should take up jogging. I've heard that's a good way to stay in shape, and it should help me lose some weight. I've never really actually been jogging before, though, and the thought of going alone is a bit embarrassing. I don't really like drawing attention to myself, but as her voice trails off, but I think I can see where she is going already. I know Asa long enough. It's easy for me to divine what she's really wrangling for. Do you want me to go jogging with you? Yes, that's what I was hoping for. But would that be too much of a pain? I don't want to burden you. Asa. I clicked my tongue. I don't know where you got that silly idea, but you're not a burden. Are you sure? I'm sure. You're a wonderful employee, and I never had cause to complain about your conduct. You've been nothing but polite and helpful over the years, and I owe you a lot. If you want to ask a favor from me, you're more than welcome. I don't mind at all. I like it, in fact, when you rely on me. And to answer your question, no, I wouldn't mind go jogging with you. You wouldn't? Why not? I actually went through a bit of fitness kick myself back in university. I went to the gym for a few months and it was pretty refreshing, though I wound up dropping it. Largely because my partner at the time, Ranko, who talked me into going to the gym in the first place, wound up dropping me. Oh, I actually went to a gym for a full year. I bought a membership for a year. I went there 3 to 4 times a week for an entire year, but I wouldn't do it now because all the things I need to actually work out, I do actually own at my home. I don't say that. I'd rather not talk about Rancor right now. I was thinking I should start taking my health more seriously again. I need to take better care of myself. And it'd been nice if we had a shared interest outside of work anyway. I was thinking that too. We know one another for a long time, but we hardly ever talk to one another when we're not in the store. I would like to become better friends with you. If that doesn't sound too forward. It's a bit forward, yeah, but I really don't mind. I consider you less of an employee at the moment anyway, and more as a friend. Now, since there's no time like the present, why don't you meet up at my house tomorrow morning? It's the weekend, so the store will be closed. You can stay out for as long as we want. Right. That's a nod. Her eyes are light with newfound determination. Thank you so much for listening to me, Shuei. You really are an amazing boss and an amazing friend too. With you by my side, I'm sure we'll be able to do my best. Gee, what a day. I lie in bed later at night, curl up beneath my sheets and stare aimlessly at the ceiling. It's pretty late for me, at least. The clock on my bedside says 2300, which is probably early for others. I bet university students across the country would scoof at me, but I need to get my beauty rest. I never stayed up late studying when I was in school. That's not who I am. I never did homework either, and I still passed without any problems. 6 days out of 7. I need to wake up early, at around 600, so I can wash and dress, eat breakfast, then open up the bookstore. My store doesn't get all that many customers, it's true, but I make a habit of opening it at 700 on the dot, just like my grandpa did when he was alive. I can't afford to yawn at my customer while sitting behind the counter. It wouldn't seem professional. I bet if my friends from university could see me now, they'd known how sensible I'd gotten in my old age. But then again, I've never been much of a party person. I like being on my own for the most part. Not that I'm completely isolated. I have Asa. I see her pretty often since we work together, but I'm looking forward to going jogging with her. I think it'd be fun. I haven't pushed myself like this since I was dating Ranko. I just hope everything will work out alright. I thought Ranko was a guy. Well, I suppose that's a pretty strong female name sometimes. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, Ranko does sound like a guy's name. I yawn, then turn over in my bed. My clothes rumpled about my body. My eyes fall shut, and as they do, I begin to wonder. What exactly will tomorrow bring? Right now, it's still a mystery. The next morning. Hey there, Shuei. Are you ready to go? As ready as I ever be, I guess, but I look Asa up and down, then frown. It's pretty early, 800 on the dot, according to my watch, and Asa stopped by like she said she would, so we could go jogging. I'm not perturbed by Asa's presence despite the early hour, but I do have a few reservations about her choice of footwear. My reservations are so pronounced they must be apparent in my expression because Asa frowns. What is it? You don't feel sick, do you? Oh no, that's not it. I'm as fit as a fiddle, really. Good. I'm glad to hear it. I was afraid you might call today off. You should know that I wouldn't do that, Elsa. I said I'd come with you, and I meant it. I'm not the sort of man who would go back on my word, not even if I was hacking and coughing. If you were hacking and coughing, I wouldn't insist you come jogging with me at all. I'd feel guilty. So you say, but I've heard exercise is a good way to stave off illness. You wouldn't be staving anything off if you were sick already, though. You only risk giving me your cold. That's a good point. But I don't have a cold, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about me at all, in fact. I am, however, worrying about you. What? But why? Because of your shoes. I think they might cause a few problems. Oh. Asa looks down at the footwear, then blinks. The rest of Asa's outfit seems fairly practical as far as jogging goes. They're wearing a plain vest, a jacket, and a pair of jeans. But her shoes are definitely not the sort of shoes you expect to wear while pounding the pavement. Rather than a beaten up pair of sneakers like I opted for, Asa is instead wearing some fairly cute boots with the wedge heels. I don't know much or anything about women's shoes, but those heels look like they'd be hard enough to walk in, let alone jog in. They are disaster just waiting to happen. Don't you have a more suitable set of shoes to wear, something without heels maybe? I wouldn't want you turning your ankle. Well, I'm glad you're concerned about me, but I'm sure I'd be fine. These boots are the most practical shoes I own. My others all have heels that are even higher. Jeez. I shake my head. It's all a little funny that Asa is such a devotee of heeled shoes when the rest of her attire is so overly tomboyish. One would think to look at Asa that she doesn't care much about her outward appearance, but this upskilled person would be dead wrong. Asa is actually pretty conscious. Her concerns her weight is a relatively new fixation, but she's fussed about her height or lack of ever since I can remember her. Asa is very short and not tall for a guy myself, about 5'6", but Asa is a good head shorter than I am. She hovers around the 4.7 mark, a fact which causes her no end of grief. I think I'm pretty close to 7 actually. I'm not sure because I don't know how to read this. I mean, I know I'm 180 centimeters. I've often heard Asa bemoaning her appearance with the words to the effect of, I look just like a child and I'm smaller than my 12-year-old niece, and how will anybody ever take me seriously? As for myself, I think Asa plenty cute. So Parker, she's so tiny, but I don't of course tell Asa this. I don't think she appreciates it. I feel obligated to comment on her boots, though I don't have much of a choice. Those heels might go away to preserving her self-esteem, but they look downright precarious. Maybe you should put today yoga on a hold until you had the time to buy yourself a pair of sneakers. I don't want you falling over, not on my watch. We planned on going jogging today, should I? I've already performed all my stretches, so I am nice and limber. I don't want my motivation to go to waste. If we wait until I bought a new pair of shoes, I know I end up putting it off and then I never get into a healthy exercise regime. That's a good point, I guess. I know myself how easy it is to let things slide by the wayside, but it's not quite enough to sway me. Sometimes we have no choice but to wait. Jogging can be hard enough on the body as it is without you making it worse. Do you really want to risk your safety? I won't be at any risk, I promise. I'm used to walking in heels. Jogging in them shouldn't be any different. I'm not doubting your exercise, but then you shouldn't doubt me. I won't give you a cause to worry about me, so please try to relax. I'm not as clumsy as you seem to think I am. I don't think uh, walking heels would be a cause for clumsiness, but I mean, seriously, it's like balancing on a stick, I guess. And, well, I suppose that's possible. I've done something similar, but, well, it was more of a log. But balancing on a tin stick, that is bound to go wrong sooner or later. Everything will be perfectly fine, I promise. Everything will be perfectly fine, she says. She even promised as much, as though it's impossible to make such a promise about the future which is unknown even to the best of us. As I wanted to give Asa the benefit of the doubt, though, she is a sensible woman, in most respects, at least, and I figured that she decided it was possible to run in those boots. Then I shouldn't believe her. I told myself I was worrying too much, but yeah, that was to be expected. But at least that was all I have for Sakura Gym Goals this time, and see you later. See you next time. Bye bye.